Good evening, good afternoon, good day, depending on where you are in the world. It's my birthday! It's been a couple years since I've really been able to celebrate it real well, and I figured what better way than to stream with all my friends, with all the wonderful community that we have. So, thanks for coming along, and many thanks for all the birthday wishes in chat. It really does mean the world to me. Yeah, so today's flight is going to be, well, without sounding too narcissistic, it's going to be about me. Places that I've gone to, places that hold a close place in my heart, places I've been to a lot, and all around my home area of southwestern Michigan. So, huzzah! Been a phenomenal. It's been a good day. It's been a good day. Not much has happened. A lot of text messages, a lot of emails, a lot of Facebook messages, and that sort of thing. And was watching Jay Windeker's stream, flying over the Solomons for the Corsair, and talking a lot about the history of the Black Sheep Squadron. It's really good stuff. So today we're taking off at Kilo Hotel Alpha, India, also known as Three Rivers Municipal Airport, in Three Rivers, Michigan. I worked at this airport for a time, and many years ago, and this is the site of the home base where I got my flight instruction. What few hours of real flight instruction that I have. The only time that I can legitimately have in my logbook. So, my grandpa took his plane here for maintenance. My dad worked here for a while. And so this is no better home base to start the stream and end the stream at. So we're going to be doing a loop kind of around the southwest Michigan area. Starting here at Three Rivers, we're going to fly over Coldwater. We're going to fly over Jackson, Michigan. And then we're going to make our first stop at 4D0, which is Abrams Municipal. Then we'll fly over to Holland, Michigan, right beer. Getting started early, I guess. Right near Lake Michigan. Fly down to South Haven, and then return to here in Three Rivers. So it's time to say hello to chat. Streamlads, thank you for the follow, Bot much appreciated, my friend. John E says, happy birthday. Well, thank you, sir. Allison's here. Thank you again, Allison. Many thanks. 99 Alice says, happy birthday. Many thanks. Papa Joe B, much the same. Thank you. As Kingsman cheers 1,500 bits. Thank you, my friend. It's very, very generous of you. Many thanks. Noel, happy birthday. Many thanks. Wayland Yutani. Tito Murphy is hosting stream. Wayland Yutani says, Guten Abend und alles Gute zum Geburtstag. Sehr danke, mein Freund. Bronco says, happy birthday, sir. Thank you. Much appreciated. Kingsman says, happy birthday. Many thanks, my friend. Abnormal 34 says, happy birthday. Thank you. Kingsman says, hope you have a good day. It's been great so far. I can only see it getting better, because what better way to celebrate my birthday than with friends, family, and people I care an awful lot about. It's the best way to do it in my book. Viper Strike, happy birthday. Many thanks, my dude. Chill Corky, happy birthday. Thank you. Hope you're well. Two-Tone Murphy says, happy birthday. Many thanks. Hope you're doing well. Seamus McNeil says, happy birthday. Many thanks. And good job with the stream today, driving the bus. Always a good watch. So keep an eye on Seamus McNeil's channel if you are into other kinds of simulator outside of flight. He's driving the game called The Bus, and it's actually pretty interesting, and they do graphics real well. I think Seamus was saying it runs on the Unreal Engine, so it looks pretty neat. If you're into things like ATS, Euro Truck Sim, that sort of thing. Allison Johnson cheering 500 bits. Many thanks, Allison. Much appreciated. Shuffle Shoes says, happy birthday. Many thanks, Shuffle Shoes. Roger RC with a happy birthday. Many thanks. Nighty Night Owl says, also the flight plan looks like a... You know, I didn't intend that, but I can see what you're... I can see it. Frozen it says, hello, and happy birthday. Many thanks, Frozen. Couldn't get liveries to show for the 152, even deleted the content.xml for re-register of the community folder contents. It won't work if you have the C152 improvement mods. I've stopped using them since Microsoft fixed it. As 99 with the $10 donation. Many thanks, dude. Much appreciated. So it doesn't work with the improvement mod. Like I said, I've another Murphy with whoa. Holy shnikes, dude. I can't even read it. Thanks, dude. That's nuts. You're an absolute bloody legend, Murph. Many thanks. Well, I don't know what to say about that. You're gonna get me teared, and I haven't actually started flying yet. But yeah, so if I don't move on, I'm gonna get stuck. Coming. Supporting your channel, Murph, has meant a lot because you've done a lot for me. So it's fair play, and many thanks, dude. I really appreciate that. Oh, somebody, Catbat with the 5 gift subs starting. I think this is my first hype train, if I'm honest. Catbat9 with the 5 gifted tier subs to EL737RS, Wayland Yutani, King David Creates, R. Bashetta, and Captain Arash. Many thanks, dude. You're a legend. Hope everyone enjoys the gift subs. That's awesome. That that's just epic, dude. Many thanks. Gosh, this is what we put Murph through, and now I get to experience it. There's the cheers, Viper Strike, and the flight design. Allison Johnson giving 10 tier 1 subs. Holy cow, I need a list of everybody that's getting the... What? So Allison Johnson gifting 10 gift subs to Moose Knuckle Life, Masonic Lake, Skydive Man, Johnny Aval, Coffee House Airways, Like to Program, Melvin Leroy, Mart 362, Mystic 247, and Goodnessig. Goodnessig? Yeah, Goodnessig. Man. Many thanks, everyone, and Allison. I hope everyone enjoys the subs. This is karma. This is absolute karma, because this is what we do to Murph, and we do it on purpose. Many thanks, everyone. It's great. Viper Strike is in the flight design at CTLS tonight. Nice. I think I've flown that one a little bit. It's not too bad. Kazaki's in, says happy birthday. Many thanks, Kazaki. Glad to have you along. EL737RS says, hello, good to see you. Seamus says, many thanks for the shout out. Absolutely, Seamus. We're here to build the community, and community building is what I'll do. You have all given me so much, and you continue to give me so much to... I still don't understand how or why, but it's very appreciated regardless. So it's my obligation to give back and support the community. Oh, birthday! All the best, man. Thanks, EL. Here's Allison's 500 bits. Awesome. Happy stream day, says Hammy. Good to see you, Hammy. Hope you're well. I'm on second cider. It's nice. Big happy birthday from Dougal. Many thanks, dude. Hope you're holding up. We're constantly thinking about you and keeping you in our thoughts. Hope you're hanging in there. Oh, I'm getting more. Oh, Two-Tone Murphy with the 5 gift subs to Kai Dolphin 2013, Roger Bartworth, Speednut, Senior Gordo, and Earl Whiskers. Many thanks. That's my first hype train, and it knocked out a level 5. That's awesome. Many thanks again, everyone. That's just absolutely insanity. Yeah, well, legendary indeed, Allison, to Murphy's tip. That's just nuts. I mean, dang. Switching to the virus. Virtual cheers of the gin glass. Yeah, I've got my water glass, or bottle thing. Vessel. I will drink to that. Many thanks, everyone, for just even being here. It's just awesome. I don't have the words. There's gift subs. Holy cow. Epics from Splasher6. How you doing, Splasher? Hope you're doing well. Many thanks again, Catbat. Scrolling. Thumbs upage from the War Hamster. Steve Solo UK is here. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. And you're ready to choke. Like I said, this is karma coming back to bite me. Oh, lots of legends in here. It's Heal 737. Wow, beat me to it. I was just about to click the sub button. That's awesome. Thinking Catbat. That's awesome. Going in VR for the first time in a stream. Nice. Arborshetta, thank you, Catbat. Way to go, Allie from Seamus. Man, I've got to keep track of all this stuff, and I've already got a short attention span. I'm going to turn down the music, otherwise I can't think. Steve Solo with the happy birthday. Many thanks, my friend. Hope. Yes. Garden 77, all the best, Crow. Good evening. Good evening to you as well. Hope you're doing well. What did I just say there? I don't know. I hope it made sense. I don't know what makes sense anymore. Level 5 for the win. 100%. I guess it's 140%. Dang, this is just absolute nuttage. Yeah. First type turn, yeah. Cheers. I'll have the gin today. Thanks. Many thanks, everyone. Holy cow. So, flight plans are available on the Discord. Any add-on airports, there's the only airport on the flight plan as the hype train has completed. That's just absolutely nuts. So show off your emotes in the chat that you earned from the hype train. That's my first hype train. I'm pretty sure. Definitely first level 5, but holy cow. The only airport that is missing on the flight plan is Kilo Juliet X-Ray November, Jackson County Reynolds Field. There is a version of it linked to from flightsim.to. Makes it actually a usable airport. With Navigraph, it only added the runways, but all the taxiways were still unusable. The flightsim.to airport does a really... It makes it look like a default airport, but that's better than no airport at all. So I'm very happy that it's there. We won't be stopping, but we will be flying over. The Mid-Michigan Airfield Pack is a great download. It really improves the look of at least Coldwater and Abrams Municipal that we're going to land at, and eventually it'll take on a couple of extra airports. So those are worth getting. The liveries, like I say, it'll work with the default 152, but it will not work with the improvement mods. I don't know why. I don't know. But it somehow just doesn't work. Wow. Ben McClure is in. Hello and good evening. I watched the video of your B-17 flight from a few years ago. Yeah, it was an amazing experience. Once in a lifetime. It was phenomenal. I was very, very lucky and blessed to have that opportunity. So, enough ramblage. Let's get to the airplane. We're flying the 152 because, well, the 152 is an awesome little airplane. It's not fast, it's not spacious, but it's a great little puddle jumper. and I love it. And we can probably unmute Flight Sim. As we look and we see we've got Thunderflies with us already. We've got 152s, 172s. That's a DA-40. Some other small aircraft with us, and awesome. So it looks like the wind is coming out of. Probably go with runway 27, but we'll check the the AWAS. All right, so we're here. Battery alternator master on, beacon on. Gonna make sure that that's there. And just because of controller conflict, make sure that we get that throttle cracked. Parking brake is set, and clear prop. There we go. Big Tone 66 is in. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. Okay, we're idling. We want to get that idle a little closer to 900 RPM, so it's good to go. Turn on the avionics switches, nav light and taxi light come on, since it's kind of still in that twilight area. Gonna turn our transponder to altitude mode. We're squawking 1200, which is VFR. We're going to turn on radio 2. And we're going to turn on radio 1. We don't need the ADF. So we've got the radio 1 tuned to Unicom, which is 122.8. We have 119.975 tuned in for the AWAS. Mechanical Madness UK says, happy birthday. Many thanks, dude. What time of day do I have? It's about 20 after 7 a.m. with live weather. Roughly 3,500 feet for the initial bit. We'll kind of go from there. And I'm getting all kinds of notifications. All right. Whew. I think we're ready to get flying. Many thanks, Test Pilot 72. Do greatly appreciate it. So we're going to get in here. We're going to make sure that we set our altimeter. We're going to check the AWAS. Two three. We can actually use runway 23. It's been announced that the world update Benelux is April 13th. Nice. So they moved it up 2 days. Big Tone 66 with the happy birthday. Many thanks, my dude. Happy birthday from Ben McClure. Many thanks. Biggles 5936. Happy birthday. Many thanks. We are on the East USA server. I think I got all these jobs programmed. So plane. Route. Whoops. Route. Yeah, don't listen to the complicated one. Listen to the Streamlabs one on that one. And then server. Alright, so we're going to get meandering our way to... We'll take off at runway 23 because why not? Cat knives, all... So we're going to wander our way. This is 27 down here, so we got to go a little bit further to get to runway 29. The jets are going to want to take off on runway 27. Runway 23 is not going to be long enough. Choo-choo indeed, Catbat. So I shall wait patiently in line. I should have gone the other way. Oh, we got a Bonanza with us? That's awesome. Oh dear, now they're all going to the grass. We're off-roading it. Okay, so, oh, hello. I'm going to get blown over. So as we cross the hold short line, because we're going to taxi ourselves to runway 23. We're going to turn our strobe lights on, taxi light off, and the landing light on. And we're going to make our way to runway 23 because we're in a 150. We don't need a lot of space to take off, but we want to do it into the wind. So pardon us while we squeeze on by. Pardon me, and we'll just take off at the intersection. We just headphones. Alright, so we're going to slow down a little bit. We're going to turn and slowly increase throttle. There we go. Ailerons into the wind is in. Evening. Hope you're well, my friend. We're just getting taken off at Kilo Hotel Alpha India, Three Rivers, Michigan. So we're going to start our left turn. So we're back into some of the normal practices for the Colonel Fort flights. Keeping the more realistic procedures and operations for the Sunday night flights. So you'll see Three Rivers High School and the Three Rivers school system right behind us. Not that far from the airport. It's not a big airfield, it's uncontrolled. So Class E airspace. But it's a good little airport. Operated by the city of Three Rivers. There's a few fixed-base operators out of here. There's a company that converts, I think it's the Piper Malibus, turns them into turboprops. They're based out of here. Jay Winokur is rating the channel. Many thanks, my dude. Hope you're well. We just took off. Hope your trip in the Solomons went phenomenally. It looked amazing. Many thanks, Winokur. Very grateful for the raid and the birthday wishes stuff. Many thanks, Goblin. So one of the great things about the 152 is I can put it in a turn, it just stays. Just setting up thrust metal throttles and loading and roger that. We're not gonna get very far, so you'll be able to catch up just fine. Could I ask for a more perfect trip? Outstanding scenery and a beautiful plane. Absolutely. Made a heck of a flight with Jay Winter. Nice. Yeah, I was watching it for a little bit and then I had to set up for mine and it looked amazing. But welcome to Three Rivers, Michigan. That's M60 right down there that goes off into the distance. So we'll go ahead and we'll see. You see this flashing light off in the distance here, right on the horizon? That's Kalamazoo Battle Creek International, Kilo Alpha Zulu Oscar. So we're not that far from there. As we start our way towards Coldwater, Michigan. Man, there's a lot of you. Nice airport, not many times to see the runway taxi lines in the right places. I haven't verified that these are actually right, so yeah. I wouldn't go too far as of yet. So we're going to check on our instruments. There's a Baron. Oh, we've got to be dreadfully slow for a Baron. So we're waiting to get to 3,500 feet. There's the Thunderflies going, grouping up. Look at that beautiful sunrise. This is why I do morning flights. It might blind you on the way out, but man, is it wonderful. So get straight on that magenta line. As we're heading to Kilo Oscar Echo Bravo, which is Coldwater Airport. So Coldwater Airport is a place that my family would go to for mostly breakfast, but occasionally dinner as well. Had a nice little airport right at the end of one of the runways. It's gone now. Drove by it where it used to be just the other day, and yeah, it's gone. It's not there. It was just a little hole in the wall, little airport diner. Good place for a $100 hamburger, and it's gone now. So we're still climbing up to 3,500 feet. We're just going to put that back up there. Got a couple hundred feet to go to get to our cruise altitude. G. Winokur says, can't wait for the P40. Yeah. Viper Strike, cruising altitude 3,500. If I've answered those questions already, well, I made sure that I didn't miss them. So, again, many thanks for coming, and watching my stream on my birthday and all the birthday wishes and tippages and some giftages and stuff. It's been... I couldn't think of a better way to celebrate my birthday, given the world being the way it is right now, than to continue to stream with my good family. You seem to have upgraded to the 150 turbo. No, it's bog standard. I'm firewalling it for climb. Because I'm only indicating 90 odd knots. So we're dialing back the throttle. And we're trying to keep it around 2,500 RPMs. We're a little high, but there we are. Look at him go. That's so cool. Gotta make sure that we're not climbing anymore. Yeah, we're in even slight descent. That's fine. Splasher 6, watching while at work. Wish I could be flying. I've actually been through. It's nice. Goblins coming in. Awesome. Yeah, Three Rivers is it's a nice little airport. There's nothing fancy about it, but there's food relatively, or about a short drive away. Nothing directly on the field. Occasionally it has a fly-in or some sort of dawn patrol. We are in apple country. Apple, soybeans, cherries and potatoes are more for up north. Corn, which it's corn. Corn's everywhere. You can practically grow corn anywhere. Michigan has a lot of little GA airports, which is kind of nice. Blueberries, yep. Tulips in Holland, but we haven't gotten there yet. And lake effect snow, yes. All of the lake effect snow in western Michigan. Oh man, it can be bad sometimes. Actually, if you talk about corn growing states, India, to be fair, you can grow corn just about anywhere. Iowa, Kansas, Indiana, Ohio. It's kind of like the song "I've Been Everywhere" by Johnny Cash. There's corn everywhere. I have a Roger that, Splasher. There's corn everywhere. Yeah, I love the sound with the 150 and sounding like it has a 300 horsepower radial in it. It's actually pretty amusing. Corn, corn, corn. The ring of corn. The ring of corn. Dun, 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 dun. Oh dear, Kingsman. Yeah, you were saying on Jay Winniker's stream that it was cold up there in the pool. It's darn near 80 degrees Fahrenheit here, which is, I don't know, 20-something degrees Celsius. Ben McClure says, same here for 30 seconds. Douglas, snowing here in Wiltshire too. Ooh. Well, you have my sympathies for the snow. Just think warm thoughts. That's the best advice I could give you. Just look at this sunrise. Yeah, rise. The thing that happens before the other thing. Ooh, 3 degrees, says Kingsman. That's just above freezing. So this is one coming up is Coldwater. And it's one of the airports included in the Mid-Michigan airport pack available on flightsim.to. I wish I could remember the user's name, but it's very well done. 99 Owl says we have sunshine and snow at the same time in southern Germany. Oof. Sudetenland. No, we get the same thing every now and then here in Michigan. Sometimes it'll be sunny, but it's still snowing, snow covering the ground. It's weird. Longer the flight, warmer the room. Thanks. Computers are great for two things: being a computer and being a space eater. The guy with the rock. That's it. He does a good job with these little airports, little GA airports for Flight Sim. So if you have any interest in downloading them, they're worth the download. He took a 5-month break, but he says he's going to get back into it. They really are really well done. And hey, they're free. Can't really complain about that. Well, you can, but why would you? Dougal got my new PC parts, but not well enough to do the build just right. Hang in there, Dougal. You'll get there. Believe in you. Viper forgot about Iowa. We just flew over Iowa, too. So here's the Coldwater Airport. And the restaurant that we would usually go to is right around in here. I recently scrapped together a server that had more than 1 kilowatt of fan power usage only. Total power supply was woof. Hope you start feeling better soon, Dougal. Yeah. You hang in there, Dougal, because we're all thinking about you and pulling for you. There's the Thunderflies coming in. So, yep. So, this is the main runway. They have a grass runway. Look at them go. That's awesome. So, we've got the general aviation hangars. There's an FBO over here and over here. They have some nice dawn patrols. They got the grass runway over here and a small runway here. The restaurant's actually right here. Yes. We'll get there. We'll get there, Abnormal 34. We'll fly over there next. So the restaurant, what we would do as a family is we'd land, we'd taxi the airplane over as close as we could get, and then walk over to the restaurant. It was a lot of fun. They had decent food, but that building is no longer. So it's kind of sad. But yeah, no, it's again a nice little airport. Michigan has a lot of these. They're big enough to be, noticeable, but not so small that there's nothing there. The supporters head for the flights is like 100% Dougal, and I've seen a lot of that even today for my birthday. It's been absolutely phenomenal. I can't be any more thankful. It's just I wish I could give back as much as I'm given, because it's just amazing. So that's Coldwater. Well, the airport anyway. We got the city out here. That is Interstate 69. Make your jokes now. It's one of the major north-south interstates that goes through Michigan. The other being I-75. Okay. Intercepted the magenta line, so we're going to do a slight turn to the right. Those announcements from Streamlabs, are those the... Yes. So if you go into your CloudBot, go under commands, and you go for the timers, you can set up automatic messages. And I do that for my hydration because hydration's important. Merch, because maybe some of you want to buy merch, kind of like this shirt, very comfortable, and it's a very stylish olive drab. And then the Discord server. No worries, Seamus. Look at him go. Yo. I'll be honest with you, out of all the guys and girls, I'd be in a dark place by now. Yeah, 100% Kingston, we're always here for each other. We're here for you. Glad that you're still here. Hey, thanks, Fort Noob. Good to see you. Hope you're well. We had a little bit of bumpage. And we need to go a little bit left. Not by much, but just a little. Yeah, this community, it's been absolutely fantastic. It's kept me out of some dark places. 2020 was a really, really rough year for a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. And, you know, you compound stressful situations with now we're not allowed to see loved ones. We're not allowed to, you know, go places and do things. It just compounds a bad problem. So finding this community has been one of the best things that happened to me in a very, very long time, and I'm incredibly grateful for it, as something is in my eye. And it's definitely not tears. Weird. But this community is just, it's absolutely fantastic. It's another family. Yes it is, Jay Whitaker, and you know, yes. So we're flying over. You know, the one thing that's very popular in Michigan is hunting, mostly for deer. Look at them go. Right there. That's just awesome. Absolutely brilliant. MSFS has been the best thing for me for 2020, and you all include Murph, Allison, and me are awesome. Many thanks, Viper. Yeah, we've all banded together. Ailerons with the ooh yeah. Bow hunting, muzzleloaders, rifle. Rifles for hunting have it in the lower part of Michigan tend to be restricted to straight wall cartridges, so no necked cartridges. But in the northern parts of Michigan, that's not a thing. You can hunt with just about anything. Beginning of 2020, I moved with wife and kids to Germany, which was great. But because of all things, I didn't get to see his family. Yeah, that's rough. That's why I want to spend. Yeah, I've yet to go hunting myself. My dad did it a lot when he was younger, but he kind of gave up that sort of thing, you know, because family. But there's a lot of good hunting in Michigan, north or south. That's why I want to spend. I have a Mauser set up on. Nice. I like bow. I made bow practice on target. Nice. Archery is a skill that's very. It's a dying art, so to speak. I enjoyed it when we did it in gym class, but I never really went into it beyond. I think that you can hunt bear up north. I bet you can hunt deer up north too. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not up on all the hunting laws for Michigan because, I mean, I don't go hunt. I only know about the cartridge restrictions in lower Michigan because I've had friends that hunt. Deer are, yeah. Deer, there's more deer in the city than there are in the country anymore. but because they know you can't, they're not going to get shot in the city. We have a few archery ranges really close to our house. Always wanted to do that, just waiting for it to open. Yeah. Gun says MSFS is first flight sim since F-29 on Amiga. Oh boy. I'm so happy it was there last year. So much to learn and so many nice people to meet. Kept me brain active and soul sane. 100%. And good fishing. If you're into the fish, I know Murphy's not into the fish. On occasion, catfish nuggets are great. Bluegill is nice if you cook it right. But I'm also not the biggest fish person, but it is a sport here, a very common sport here in Michigan. Viper Strike loves catfish and salmon. Nice. Yeah, I've got a lot of friends and family that like salmon. I don't think I've ever had salmon. So, I don't know. Very, very popular fish. Good for your omega-3 fatty acids. Or so they say. And, oh, we got a Corsair with us. My guess is that is JW. Kind of jumping around there. How could I not have had salmon? I couldn't tell you the how, but it's a thing. Don't worry, EL. I'm already hungry before talking about the fish. I don't have any fish stories like Murph does. Murph loves catfish, especially the 3-meter catfish. 100% Goblin. Yeah, I love the 150 and the 152 because it's just, you don't fly a 150 to go places necessarily, or at least to get there fast. You get there to just fly and enjoy being in the air. You're missing out on something. Salmon's delicious. I'm not knocking the salmon, but don't take it as me knocking salmon. It's just I haven't had it. I don't usually have a taste for fish. In fact, there's a seafood chain here in the U.S. called Long John Silver's. I usually get chicken there. I usually don't get fish. Perch is good, from what I hear. I used to sell a lot of fish when I worked in a grocery store meat department. Just not a big fish eater. He prefers octopus. Dougal says, my father-in-law manages a local deer estate, so we get true. Ooh, that sounds awesome. Waylon says, being in the air, that's what the Waco is for. Yep. Yeah, I've not had octopus. About the most adventurous I get with seafood outside of fish is either shrimp, and I think I've had lobster like once, and crab. I think I've had more crab than I have lobster, if I've even had lobster. I don't know. I don't eat seafood very often. Better look out, Dougal. Ailerons is coming for you. I used to get smoked whitefish in South Haven. South Haven's a great place to get fish in Michigan. Crab is good. I had it at Gulf Shores, Alabama. Nice. Is the multiplayer gone? Bag some dough and get the barbecue. Allison says everyone finished. Oh, well, we'll just stick with it. See what happens. Kind of wondered why the skies got kind of quiet. Silly servers. Well, we'll truck on. No, we can't shoot geese. They're the only main geese around here are Canadian geese, and they're a protected species. I blame the turbo encabulator. Yeah, those turbo encabulators are real tricky. Goblin Zeus, me too, everyone vanished, yeah. I mean, it could be. You never know. I'd rather, you know, not have a bird strike. How you doing, Trio? Everyone's back for 737. I see flashing lights. I see people. Huzzah! Huzzah! So, now here we are coming towards Jackson. Jackson County, Reynolds Field. This is probably the main place that my grandpa and I would, and family on occasion, would go to breakfast. We'd leave early, head out here, land, and I got the same thing every time. I got the pilot's omelet and the homemade raisin toast. It was about that thick. Oh, it was so good. Oh, homemade raisin toast, made just right, paired with a nice omelet after you've flown and you're going to fly again. Just a great way to do things. And it's right, the restaurant's right on the airfield. It's great. It's a Corsair. I see people. 1900 Zoos, 8 p.m. UK. Yep. Dangerous Brian is here. You're off already. Yeah, we started about an hour ago. Just about. I don't do grits. I'm more of an oatmeal fan. And that's if I get oatmeal. I'm big into the protein. Pothead food again. Yes. That's going to be a common theme on this little adventure. Me and food get along real nicely, as you can see. How you doing, Brian? Hope you're well. So, by default, Jackson County Reynolds Field is not in flight sim. It is a noted missing airfield, but someone did well enough on flightsim.to to add it in. Pardon me, which is really nice because it's an airport I've been to an awful lot. So this the main runway. You got the other runway, and the restaurant's right about there. This is also an airport where the NASCAR drivers would fly to with their private jets, land, park for the race weekend at Michigan International Raceway, or Michigan International Speedway, I should say, down in Brooklyn, Michigan. So you'd see biz jets, just all kinds of private jets parked up here, and then they would drive. But it's a nice little airport. If you have Navigraph, it's going to at least add the runways. Allison, nice. Look at them go. Unless they've added it, but to my knowledge, they haven't added. Ooh, that's an oopsie. That's an oopsie. So we got some planes down there. Yeah, so you might, with Navigraph, it does add the runways, but it won't add, at least for me, it didn't add the taxiways or anything else. But this is an airport I went to a whole lot, spent a lot of time with, or at. Interesting. I know it's baked into the scenery. Maybe they fixed it. I don't know. Okay, so last I knew, it was missing. I've had either Navigraph or a third-party add-on for it for so long, I don't know anymore. Well, there we go. Sim had to think about life for a second. Interesting. Well, that's an unexpected update. Well, either way, I've been here a lot. I love this airport. I need to go there again, but I'll have to drive. Good airport, good food. So we'll circuit around a bit, let people catch up. There's Corsair. So speaking of Jackson, there are the runways kind of. You'll notice that there's this bit of a runway here. This is a new runway over the last, I don't know, 10 years or so. 5 to 10 years. This was new. But I believe they moved it because out this way are prisons. And you didn't want to fly above the prison. So they moved the approach, or moved the runway so that it would shift traffic away from going over the prison. Favorite food show? I don't recall. I did see it. I may. My favorite. Bottom says my favorite food show is Bon Appetit Test Kitchen. Favorite food show is when I watch Andrew Zimmern's Bizarre Foods. Nice. My favorite food show will always be the show that I can never remember the name of, and I can never remember the cook's name, but it had to do with Cajun cooking, and I guarantee that's my by far. But that was on PBS in the 90s, and yeah, that's probably my favorite food show. Carrying on to the next airport. Whoa! Nice. Carry on to the next airport. Need the ladies, and I'm hand fine. Aha. The buzz says Anthony Bourdain's show. Thank you, Draco. Hope you're doing well. We're currently just circling Jackson real quick, letting some folks catch up, and then we shall continue onwards towards Abrams. Yeah. But it's a nice little airfield, good restaurant, nice atmosphere. Just made it home. Drop in at Jackson. Roger. We're gonna start heading up to 4 Delta Zero, Abrams Municipal. Of course, here. Watch the Raging Cajun and the Gourmet Guy also. Ooh, that's lightning. That doesn't seem right. Thunderbolts and lightning. Very, very frightening. Mamma mia. Please let me go. Lightning on a summer's day sounds Irish. Well, the rolling hills in Michigan have often been called the Irish hills of Michigan. So there's a lot of similarity there. Similarity there. Words are hard. So we're Now going from JXN to 4D0 for our first stop of the evening. Now 4D0 is going to be much smaller than JXN is. JXN, the only towered airport on this trip, I believe, is Jackson. The rest are all Unicom type airfields. Important note about the about Abrams is the fact that it is also home to an Army National Guard unit, which also happens to be the one that I served with. Now, what we had based here at the time that I was in, which was quite a while ago, we had anything from Hueys, Blackhawks, OH-58s. We had the Kiowas. We had Little Birds. But the airport or the ramp surface was not strong enough to contain the weight of the CH-47s, which we were later assigned towards the end of 2003 when we got activated and were being sent to Afghanistan. Chinooks being exceptionally useful in the mountains and for heavy lift ops. So at Grand Ledge, Michigan, the Abrams Municipal Airport, that's where we're primarily based. There's a motor unit, a lot of Humvees and all that fun stuff. If I recall, there's a Huey Cobra on a plinth outside on display. But it's also a general aviation airport, so it has regular traffic, not just military traffic, but I've been to that little airport a lot. And I haven't been there for quite a while. It's a 172. So this is by far the longest leg of the trip. The way I worked it out with the number of stops and starting and stopping at Three Rivers, we were bound to have one really long leg, and I figured this first leg was going to be the best way to do it. Yeah, Chinooks are huge. The rotor blades are about that wide. Enough for me to lay down on my back and probably take a nap on. So we've lost 500 feet of altitude. We had a 172 just hit the brakes and fall back. So we're going to tune into the weather at Abrams. .217 at 19. 217. So we're probably going to want runway 18. 18. I don't remember there being a 18. We'll go with runway 27. Keep it easy. Aileron says to Abnormal 34, we called them flying cows for a reason. They had some other nicknames too that won't come onto the stream. Guess the pilot of the racing bright lights. The racing, well, those are the Thunderflies. Yeah, loading site, yeah. You're working fine, and now you're wanting to stutter. Fine. So yeah, the Chinooks could float in water for a little bit, which made them very useful for special ops with little inflatable dinghies. You could just load them off and load them up in the, in the water. Now, all I'm going to say to that is Russian engineering. But so yeah, no, I remember flying. I've never flown into or out of Abrams Municipal. I've always driven to it and driven back. I've spent the night there with my unit. It's a nice little airport. It's not that far from the state of the capital of the state of Michigan, which is Lansing. Oh, no doubt, Buzz. Let's see, Viper Strike 9510, Andrew Zimmern visited the Upper Peninsula of Michigan during one episode and had freshly caught whitefish and pasties. Yep. Big traditional thing in northern Michigan is fish on Fridays. Not much of a thing down here in the South. Ooh, look, it's a Mooney. There's an AN-124 in Austin a couple weeks back, which was sick, delivering parts for the new Tesla factory. Nice. Dougal says we used to have lunch and collect our black ribs from the sea using Chinook. I believe it. It was being fine before it, now it's being silly. Whatever. I do want to thank everyone for coming along on my birthday stream. Wouldn't imagine not doing it. For the last several years, I've always taken my birthday off of work, and while streaming is technically my work right now, I would not have taken it off for anything. So I'm very, very glad to share this all with you. Goblin says French flew Russian fighter Yak during World War II in the Normandy Niemann group in Russia. Much appreciated, Brian. So again, we're going to land on runway 27. There's a little bit of a crosswind, but I think we'll be fine. So we should be getting close. I think we've got a little blinky light up there, right about where the field is. All over the place now. Yeah. That's Michigan right about now. Kind of changing hour to hour, minute by minute. So over this way is Lansing, Michigan state capital. Well, it's actually a little bit north too. The state capital of Michigan. And and I believe this is once again Interstate 69. That's Charlotte. It looks like the name Charlotte. There's a Charlotte, North Carolina. It's pronounced Charlotte. Here in Michigan, it's called Charlotte. And I think that's Charlotte. Because I would get off the highway and then drive north on side roads. And then I found out that there was a highway relatively close that I could have taken. Oh well. There's the Thunder Flies. Mrs. Tucson says we're flying in VR and I just came in and scared the absolute crowd. I find the roomie because it's a special game. Many thanks, Mrs. Two-Tone, and good job with the scare. Yep. Yeah, Charlotte, it's a French name. More than likely. There's a lot of French influence here in Michigan. You go up north and there's Charlevoix, Sheboygan, but they're in, especially in the northern bits of Michigan, there's a lot more French influence because of fur traders back in the way back. Murphy flew the Mooney for my birthday. Many thanks, dude. It's very appreciated. What you need to do is need to get one of them fake spiders that are kind of just the right big size without being, really big. Put it on his shoulder when he's in VR. That way when he takes it off, he'll look and see what it is. Marquette, that's another one. Sault Ste. Marie. But Michigan is such a beautiful state. Abrams Municipal is located near Lansing. Lansing is state capital of Michigan State Union, also home to Lansing Lugnut Single A-10. Yep. Ooh, pardon me. That was a good one. Strawberry Charlotte is also very good dessert. Ooh, it sounds tasty. Did I really forget Michigan State? Did I really? I know Jay Winokur's a big fan of MSU. I like their mascot being a Spartan, but that's for other reasons. Ooh, uh-oh. The Bulls. Oh, whoa, I never realized there's a Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. Yep. Only knew the one. Yeah, so it's still Sault Ste. Marie on the Michigan side. I believe that it's the U.S. that controls the Sioux locks that transfer the ships from Lake Ontario to Lake Superior. And it's controlled. Yeah, it's got to be controlled by the U.S. because it's run by the U.S. U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. The most important one, we're not talking about U of M. They're in Ann Arbor. Their colors are better anyway. I really have no stake in the college game and the college rivalries. I didn't go, but it's always it makes it easy to poke at my friends and be like, I like this team because they like a different team. Like I'll root for U of M despite my friends that are fans of MSU or OSU. The 50 cals just got charged. Kalamazoo has a minor league team. I believe it's the Kalamazoo Lugnuts. Or I don't know, I don't even remember what their baseball team is. We have the K-Wings, which out of the stick and ball sports, the only one I really care about is hockey. We have the Kalamazoo K-Wings, which is, I think, the feeder team for the Tampa Bay Lightning, last I remember, because the Grand Rapids Griffins are the feeder team for the Detroit Red Wings. But you got to keep an eye on that, Mr. Winokur. It's very, very sensitive piece of equipment. Okay, so we can see Abrams Municipal down here. Pop in the cockpit. Altimeter's not that much different. So we're going to land on runway 27. So we're going to start following this highway for a hot second. So mixture goes to rich. We're going to start gradually pulling back the throttle, and we're going to keep the nose pointed up as much as we can with the trim. So we can descend, lose some speed, but not overspeed. Because we want to be within the white arc. My feet on the pedals. There's a Corsair. Now I'll land. I'll get the name tags out, get the drone camera out, watch some landings. Then I'll back out to the menu, load in the next flight plan. So we can see the airfield right over there. Guys, yep, that makes sense. The Sioux Locks, the area where Sault Ste. Marie is, there used to be a lot of fast water because Lake Superior, or the base level of Lake Superior is higher than the base level of Lake Ontario. So they engineered the locks so that, you know, freighter ships and whatnot could safely pass through the area. So there's the airfield. We got the VASI, we got the reels. This is the National Guard area here, the really big buildings for Blackhawks and Hueys, or at least probably mostly Blackhawks now. Captain Arash is here. Good to see you, my dude. Hope you're well. I believe it was Catback got you the gifted sub. Hope you're doing well. In Michigan, the town is the oldest one. French Nut. That makes perfect sense. Okay, so we're getting close to turning final. So we'll put one notch of flaps in. Trim down to maintain speed. But I mean, that area is very vital to. It was vital to like the fur trade, but it's also still vital to, you know, ores and other freight coming through from Minnesota and Wisconsin all the way down into, you know, the Atlantic. Yeah, Catbat and Two-Tone and Murph and Two-Tone is Murph, Allison Johnson, all being legends on the channel today. It's just absolutely phenomenal. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add our second notch of flaps. We're going to keep trimming down. We do have a bit of a crosswind, so bear that in mind. So we're going to kick the rudder to the right. We're going to put the left aileron down a little bit, just enough, because we want to try to do our best to keep center line. Granted, we're a little off center line now. Add a little bit of throttle in, a little bit more aileron and rudder in. Diesel John is in. Good to see you, dude. Okay, there's the last notch of flaps. We're almost on the glide slope now. Okay, we'll add some power back since we're right on the glide slope. We don't want to sink anymore. Add a little bit more power. Reduce the rudder, kind of work ourselves over. Well, it's still being... Okay, so now we're not going to worry about the precision approach lights, so we're just going to slowly bring her down, keep the rudder in it to keep her straight, reduce throttle, keep that nose up. How about that? Wasn't quite as smooth as silk. Oh, look at them go. Okay, so we're under 40 knots. Flaps are coming up. We're going to hit the next taxiway. And we're going to make it to the left. Why, thanks for the landing compliments, folks. So that's the National Guard area there. Been beefed up in a bit since I was last there, so we're going to pull off to the side here. Kill the engine. Turn the avionics off. We're going to continue. Thank you. We're going to hit that button. We're going to hide me. We need to turn on some name tags. Name tags are on. Back. Zoom. Alright. Oh, come on. Slow camera is slow. So we got bottom down. Got a few of us down so far, but welcome to Grand Ledge, Michigan. As we watch landings, there's Biggles and the Baron, nicely done. EL 737's in with the Skyhawk. There's Murphy, Druidzuth, Godden, Barranco, Samson Video. Oh, that's a nice sound. Draco with the Arrow, Dougal McTavish in the 170. Good to see you flying there, Dougal. There's Papa Joe B in a 152. Here comes Allie taxiing to the active. There's Dangerous Brian and Roger RC. I can hear the thunderflies. You have a good one, Johnny. Glad to have you along. I'll do my best. You have a great evening. We'll catch you on Discord and definitely on the next Murphy stream. There's Murph again. He must have gone around. There's Jay Winokur. Doing a nice job there, Jay Winokur. Keep her on the center line. I say as he kind of swings left. Keen Lafford is in. Good to see him, my dude. There's Wayland in the Waco. There's the Thunderflies coming in for formation landing. Nicely light. Words are hard. Nicely done. Chilled Corky in with the 172. Jay Winneker says that the Corsair is his new favorite. It's certainly a strong contender for my favorite as well. And last but certainly not least is Botip. With, I'm guessing, some of the Got Gravel or Bush League Legends airplane. Hey, someone has a Superman livery for the 172. Aha. So, where we go from here is we've got to reload the next leg of the flight plan. So we're gonna start pressing some buttons. Again, thank you all for coming with me on this flight. It's absolutely fantastic. It's been amazing to have you all along. Yeah, refuel, reload, beverage, absolutely. Thanks, Mr. Chippy. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm glad to have everyone along for the flight. So this particular leg of the trip is probably the simplest. Because we're just heading straight from 4 Delta Oscar to Kilo Hotel Lima, which is in Holland, Michigan. By the guess, there was a high percentage of Dutch immigrants that moved to the area, and they named it Holland, Michigan. They even have their own tulip festivals. Oh, where is it? There it is. So, 40 to Park Township. So we want probably closer to 9 by that point. Well, hour and a half, so 8:30. Good enough. 5 weather, good to go. Sure, that's good to go. Good to go. Gravel monster truck of the skies, nice. Mr. Riginti is going to come visit you this week. Oh. I'm off for the day. Enjoy the rest of the flight. Thanks for coming along, Wayland. Glad to have you. Okay, so we're going to start there. Easy flight plan for this leg. So we start loading back up. Do all this. I've got to do part and HLM. Okay, so those tabs open. Alright. Must load the flight plan. Yeah, this one's easy. A lot simpler than the other ones. We'll unmute flight sim. So we're going to make sure we want to start from scratch. So master beacon, throttle cracked, parking brake set. We want our radios off. Well, I remembered that one is off. I didn't remember these ones as off. We don't want to fry them when we start the airplane, so make sure that our altimeter is set. There we are. Crack the mixture just a little bit so we don't foul the plugs. Lower our RPMs for idling. Nav lights coming on. We don't really need the taxi light because it's daylight out. Parking brake released. And away we go. We're gonna wander over yonder. You have a good one, Diesel John. Thanks for hanging out with us. Hope you enjoyed the flight. Ooh, we get to go through the fence too. That's awesome. Oh, yeah. I don't know why she wants to taxi so fast. It's 152. It doesn't have that powerful of an engine. At least it shouldn't. So we're wandering our way back to runway 27 for our departure out of Abrams Municipal. Notice you, yeah. Yeah. Even the Just Flight one. Oh, look at them. Look at them. Look at them lined up all professional and stuff. That's awesome. Nice. A little to the right. All right. Yeah. Okay, so nav light comes. Well, nav light stays on, but the strobe light comes on because, well, we want visibility. We're going to, well, before we want to kind of, you know, probably turn our radios on, at least radio 1. And we're going to turn our transponder to altitude. So, mixture goes to rich, and we slowly add power for takeoff. Play the rudder dance. Keep the aileron into the wind. Ooh. There we go. And we're up-ish. Come on. Come on, Betsy. We didn't need flaps. There's a missing hangar over to the right there. I pointed with my hand. You can't really see it on the screen, but all those buildings are fairly close to at least being there. Don't want to bank too much. You'll lose too much altitude. I remember turning down that road. We used this road on this end for our PT test runs. That's a building, I don't know what it is, but I don't believe it was there the last time I was up this way. It's ridiculous how good the Thunder flies have become. And so, yeah, 100% Chip. You are not wrong on any level with that assessment. Yeah, don't listen. That's wrong. That's wrong. Yeah, so BIV is not right. We're not going to BIV, go to HLM. Sim Toolkit Pro is a little drunk. So we've got, oh, we can see the Thunderflies lining up. Look at them go. I hope they have enough runway. Has a short runway. Ooh, they've had just enough. Many thanks, Purple Kona. How you doing? Hope you're well. Thanks for coming along and for the birthday wishes. It's very kind of you. I got an awesome pic of that. Nice. Thanks, Viper. That's awesome. So we're going to make sure that we're going to try to keep it about 2,500 this round because we are heading west. Which if I to bring home an 8. Aha! Well, that sounds like a much higher priority. Pick up that kitten and provide a loving home for it, Purple Kona. But I'm glad that you popped in. So we're going to start reducing throttle to about 2,500 RPM. More, we can do some mixture just a tad. While the AP and the C-130 just turned the plane. Oh dear, that doesn't sound acceptable. Unacceptable! So now we head west towards Lake Michigan and the city of Holland. I didn't know it's your birthday. Many thanks, Captain Arash. It is my birthday. Happens to be the first stream that I've really done on my birthday. And I'm very happy to be able to share it with all of you. As I think that may have been Biggles. Well, Biggles McGinty anyway. Also known as Jay Winokur. I believe Kingsman's also in a Spitfire doing fantastic stuff. Look at this. Isn't Michigan pretty? Biggles McGinty sends his birthday wishes. Nice. Many thanks to Biggles. Michigan's such a pretty state. I like to hear the Thunderflies communications sometime and see how they coordinate. sometime and see how they coordinate so amazingly. So they do practice on Discord from time to time, and a lot of times they've done it in open channels. I think they do tend to practice on off channels, just to keep away from distractions. But they have a great sense of communication. Michigan is nice, but I think the upper of the state looks even better. Oh, of course. And don't forget to drink some water and keep yourselves hydrated. Look at them go! And 14 is now following. Many thanks, and 14. It's very kind of you. Hope you enjoy the flight. So that's the Airport 44, Michigan. Just someone's grass strip in the middle of the countryside. It's a nice little strip. So we will pass just south of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Home of the Grand Rapids Griffins. Also, the major airport there being the Gerald R. Ford International Airport, named after President Gerald R. Ford. Tuned into the VOR DME just south of GR. Nice. Even with water and hydration, my AP still goes full left on the yoke. And yeah, that's a problem, EL. I don't know what to tell you, dude. That's not good. That's not great. Looks like we've got another little small strip coming up on our left, which is probably right in this area. A lot of little farm strips in rural Michigan. Oh dear. Look at it go. Jerry Winokur with the bits, the bitage. I don't know. There it is. Many thanks, Mr. Winokur, for the bits. Look at him go. That's got to be such a challenge flying those things around such a slow little airplane. Here they come on the downside of the loop. The crop dusters, yep, that too. Just amazing. So you have the main Thunderflies, followed by the trailing ones, and a couple of Spitfires hanging around. Many thanks, JW. Yes, indeed, Draco. If only they're, escorting someone more important than me. Pull up, Biggles. Viper Strike says Grand Rapids is known as the Furniture City due to the city being home to 5 of the world's leading office furniture companies and beer city for the city. For the city's beer culture. I'll be joining you when I can get the sim to load. Well, I'm sorry to hear you're having trouble there, Brian. I think you darn went tuckered it out over the weekend. Yeah, Grand Rapids is a nice city, but it's almost too big for my taste. That is weird. That's weird. I have to load the sim twice. Interesting. I'm getting shaken around by the wind quite a bit, and Rex, I can imagine it's kind of windy the last couple of days. I think that was Kingsman. Hello to you as well, my friend. Epic Fool's in with a happy birthday. Many thanks, my friend. Hope you're well. I looked up just in time to see the Thunderflies. There's so many of them. They really listen to the words, be fruitful and multiply. Holy cow. Every time I watch them, there's just more of them, and it's just like, okay, they're getting exponentially large. Don't mind the background noise. I don't know what it was, but they've been terrorizing my neighborhood the last few days. It's like someone's riding a chainsaw. First leg was fine, went to load the second plan and sim hung. Ooh. That's never good. Man, Michigan's just pretty. EL, so we think happening to take off, not near V1, the final 60. Huh. And the 172 doesn't have aileron trim. Stepmother's from Holland, 100% Dutch. Nice. My grandfather was Dutch. It really is, especially when they do tulip time. Just all the colors. It's just absolutely amazing. They got at least one big windmill there. The airport that we're landing at is actually closed, apparently. But there's a restaurant. We had to park nearish the road. Well, we had to be able to get outside the airport fence. And then we had to walk kitty corner from the airport to the restaurant. The last meal I remember having there was breakfast, and it was, I believe I had French toast. And it was pretty tasty. Well, warning, Murph is flying with the pilot. Oh dear. That's just a recipe for disaster. I hope he isn't doing it in the Mooney. I'm running out of water. Fast Murph alert. Very dangerous indeed, Goblin. So Murph has an epic flight plan for this weekend. He's going to be doing a big old... Uh-oh. I think someone just bought a farm. Murph's planning on I believe it's a 13-hour stream. Doing a recreation of the flight of the Bremen. Oh, of course he does. The camera might not be able to see it, but he's wearing them for sure. But Murph will be doing the massive, I think he's starting at like 0700 Zulu. Very dangerous indeed. So that's going to be fantastic. Murph kill me in. I'm surprised Mrs. Two-Tone hasn't done it yet. There's 9 of them. 10 of them. Where do they all keep coming from? So up that way is Grand Rapids on the left there. If you see blinking, I'll say that's got to be Kingsville. The word. So Grand Rapids is up that way. Up in here. And you might see blinking lights right around there. That's where the Kilo Golf Romeo is. I've flown in and out of there commercially from time to time. Out further in this direction, there's a little airfield called Lowell. Been there. It's where my dad got his pilot's licenses. Blinken Lightson. Yep. Many much moosin. There you can kind of see him right there. Jolar Airport is kind of on the east-southeast side of the city. Need the If I can find it, you know it'll happen. Two Spitfires, Lollylol. Hope you're doing well, Lollylol. Welcome to the flight. I can usually distract my wife with a new purse. Look at my shiny me. This is my bird number 2367, ready to depart to the west rental speed. Quick, look, a distraction. Here come the thunderflies. There's just so many of them. Squirrel! Now imagine all of them in Spitfires and or Corsairs. That is insane. Little laggish, but that's nuts. Yep, and I believe they're the feeders, still the feeder series of the Detroit Red Wings. Dude, I feel like you probably should be. EL says, for now, my game room is the same as my work room, so every night it's just got to work. It's a clever disguise you got going on there. Yes, totally, I'm here for work. Yes, I need to put in some extra hours at the office. There goes a Corsair. It can if you don't treat the engine right. If you dial it back, and it's not hard to keep it from blowing an engine, you just keep the manifold pressure down a little bit, you keep the RPMs down a little bit, and I have yet to blow an engine in the Corsair. I have not a single blown engine. You can't fly the Corsair like you fly the Spitfire, which is realistic. They're two different types of aircraft. You know, even in the real world. You know, the Milviz Corsair isn't quite study level, but they do have a lot of good depth to it. Honey, I have to grade some papers. Don't mind the engine sounds. That's just a new fan I picked up for my workroom. There you go. Well, what's all the radio chatter? Oh, that's just communication between the different teachers or something. Man, that Corsair's a beauty. Don't worry about it, Goblin. It takes practice. I usually keep. Well, I almost missed. Holy cow! There's a lot of them. If you keep the manifold pressure, which is controlled by your throttle, if you keep it less than 40 during flight, you'll never have a problem. I have here some dangerous machines, lasers, CNCs, and stuff, and no one comes in. Nice. That's how you do it. So there we have Gerald R. Ford International Airport. Kilo Golf Romeo Romeo. It's a nice airport. They have some GA traffic in and out of it, but not a lot. You know, keep your cowl flaps open, keep your engine manifold down a little bit, and you'll be just fine. Give a wing wave for those watching. As Coffee House is rating, how you doing, Coffee House? Hope you had a great stream flying with the Aerolite Army across the U.S. Hope you're well. Draco says, funny story, sent my dad a pic of my new Aero, and he reminded me of a trip to Florida when we took one of his flying club's Aeros and flew over the Bermuda Triangle. Wow. How you doing? There's Moose Knuckle. How you doing? Pia Boss says, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. How you doing? SJ Fly 2, happy birthday to Mr. Fork. Why, thanks, SJ Fly 2. Much appreciated. How you doing, Coffee? How you doing, Chemex? Hope your stream went well, my dude. Many thanks, Wrangler Girl. Somebody told me it's my birthday. It certainly is, dude, and many thanks for the raid and the birthday wishes. It's been a good day. I can't think of anybody else than the flight sim community that I'd rather be sharing it with. I've never been. Viper says I've never been to an NHL game in person, so hopefully one day I'd love to see the Tampa Bay Lightning in Tampa. Nice. I'd love to see the Red Wings at the Joe, but the Joe no longer exists, so seeing it at Little Caesars Arena would be well enough. Uh-oh, a thunderstorm now. Interesting. It's pretty nice in this area of the world, so the METARs may be out of date. We've got our Spitfire escorts, we've got a Corsair flying around, we've got the Thunderflies with us. Britain DC with a happy birthday. Well, hello and thank you. Hope you enjoy the flight. We're currently flying from Grand Ledge, Abrams Municipal Airport, 4D0 to Kilo Hotel Lima Mike, Park Township near Holland, Michigan, and right on the shores of Lake Michigan. You enjoy the skating, my dude. Thanks for the raid. Much appreciated. You go spend some time with your family and have an amazing evening, my friend. Wrangler Girl with the 100 bits. Many thanks, Wrangler Girl. Much appreciated. I'm very humbled by the generosity. So yeah, we're just flying to small airports that have a personal connection. The last airport we were at, 4D0, Abrams Municipals, where my old National Guard unit was stationed. Before that, we flew to a couple of great breakfast spots, and we're heading to a couple more birthday spots as Coffee House has cheered 100 bits. Many thanks, my dude, and many thanks for the happy birthday. It means a lot. As Anonymous Pilot has just followed the channel. Many thanks, dude. Hope you enjoy the flight. We're here with the Fireflies, the Thunderflies, and now the Aerolite Army has joined. Here comes the Thunderflies. They keep getting, there's more and more of them every time. Why is Murphy chasing the fun? Why does Murphy do what he does? It's like, why is the sky up there? There's the world may never know. As Allison Johnson gifted a tier 1 sub to Wrangler Girl. Many thanks, Allison. That's awesome of you. Today has been an awesome day in general. Jay Winokur did an awesome stream with the Corsair over doing a Baba Black Sheep combat patrol down in the Solomon Islands. Seamus McNeil did a nice stream of the bus. Murphy, he's just around and awesome. So we're doing some shout outs. So so to some fantastic and hopefully I get that right. I got it right. And I gotta do a lot of shout outs. Oopsie. So no worries, Coffee House. You're doing great stuff on your channel, and I'm excited to see your growth. It's fantastic. So this is US 131 going into Grand Rapids. We can see Grand Rapids further up north. One of the best restaurants in Grand Rapids is Yesterdog. If you like chili dogs. Who doesn't like chili dogs? I'll get here. Let's see. Make sure I didn't miss anything. the flying community is amazing. Coffee house, it's just absolutely fantastic. Yeah, it's so great. And the sim, even with its occasional faults, the ability to fly with other people is just unparalleled. It's just phenomenal. It should be tarmac. I need to find the right chartage. KHLM. Not helpful. Okay, that wasn't helpful. I guess we're 100% same coffee house. It's absolutely humbling, and I'm very blessed, and it's an honor to be able to share the skies with everyone. Yes, 100%. Brian, which one's grass? Because we don't want that one. It says hard, soft, and lightened runways on my charts. I can't even get a chart. I guess this is the wobbly one. 5 or 2-3, that's the grass one. So we'll go for 3-0. We're going to tune into their weather. See if we can hear it yet. Oh, 0-2. You have a good one, Shuffle Shoes. Happy to have you along. How do you get the overlay showing the head? That's Sim Toolkit Pro. It has a built-in. There's a chat bot, and then there's also the stream elements that has in it, and that's how we get the information there at the bottom of the screen. 1, 2, and 3-0 are grass. Well, let me listen to the weather, see what the winds are, and we'll go from there. That's 35 Delta. That's not the right airport. So the winds are 178 at 9. 1-2 is probably going to be our best bet. There's wind, that's for sure. So 12 or 23 is going to be our best bet. It's about an even split between the two. We'll go with 2-3. I think 2-3 is going to be our better bet, being paved. Okay, so we'll aim for runway 23. Which means we're going to want to stay a little north of the field. Yeah, our kind of floated a little bit with our altitude, but that's okay. Server East USA. Got probably another swig or two of my water jug and I'll be out. Definitely getting more clouds the further or closer to the lake we get. Ooh, we got the shiny spit. So shiny. You can tell where there's a line for the satellite. Have to reload for the next flight. Plane is misbehaving. Roger that, EL. No worries. We can see Lake Michigan now. Right off on the horizon. They've done a good job with it, and I feel kind of bad that the US looks so good and other parts of the world are kind of not represented nearly as well. But there's nothing I can do about it. Okay, if I remember correctly, we agreed on runway 23. I gotta remember that because I about forgot it. So we got a highway here. Yesterday I was flying over Rome, Italy, and they did great. Yeah. That's not a bad way to look at things there, EO. Viper Strike is correct. A lot of the details depending on the Bing maps and how well they're done, and some places are better than others. There's places in the US that don't look great, but luckily there's a lot of... Ooh, there's a nice airfield. That's a long runway. I'd want one of these houses. Imagine the response if this group was flying in fast. Oh dear. Coffee House has a whisper from Fort Noob, and there goes the Thunderflies. Left METAR weather, too little visibility. Yeah. Live weather looks pretty nice. It's still a bit bumpy, but overall I'd rather take it over stormage. Corsair wingspan bigger than the field. Yeah, the Corsair is a very sizable aircraft. There's a whole... Ooh, we got another 150. Dude. With one of the classic liveries. Nice. And the blue one. I will do a full side and watch the rest of Sighterage. Aha! Well, I'm just glad it's still heavy along there, Allie. So do not land at BIV. That is the incorrect airfield. You want what's in the stream title, which is KHLM. That's awesome, Allie. So BIV is down here. That's not the airport we want. The one we want is up here. Yeah, Park Township. A lot of baseball fields. I think that's a school there. So we're getting closer. A little bit closer, a little bit closer. It's going to be right there. Yeah, so you don't want to land here because that's not where we're landing. We're landing up here. Look at Lake Michigan. It just goes on forever. Thank you all for coming along for the flight. It's been awesome. Just absolutely awesome to be able to share my birthday with you all. Fly. Have the laugh. It's been absolutely fantastic. Ahead of me. you done good there, Allie. You know, you and Murph and everybody so far. It's been phenomenal. I couldn't have asked for better. And it's still continuously humbling being a part of this community. I did a lot of all kinds of navigation aids practice in the sim. Just love learning this. My opinion is that if you learn the old stuff, not only that, if you learn the old stuff, when the new stuff breaks, you'll always have the radio nav. It's hard to get rid of radio nav. GPSs are great, but if somebody flicks the switch and there go all your satellites, you're out of luck. You're really SOL at that point. So we're going to reduce throttle. We're going to start a descent. We have the runway in sight over yonder, I'm pretty sure. Otherwise, there's a lot of egg on my... Yep, that's the runway. So we're going to reduce our throttle. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful, Viper Strike. It's absolutely insane. On the right weather, or in the right weather, from at least South Haven, Michigan, you can see Chicago from Michigan across the lake. Yeah, 100% Captain Rash. It's one of the reasons why I have a CB radio in my Jeep, because if something happens, cell signals go down, I still have radio. I can still transmit and receive radio signal and be able to communicate of what's going on, what's happening. I'd like to be getting into ham radio, get an amateur license, and be able to do that. Again, because if something happens, cell signals go down, the internet goes down, you're always going to be able to contact somebody. Ben McClure has to go. You have a great day. Much appreciated for you coming along for my birthday and for the stream. Glad to have you. You take care, and we'll catch you next time. And we got everybody flying with us today. All kinds of aircraft. Put a little bit more throttle into it. Ooh, that's a downdraft. That second notch of flaps in. Oh, she is windy and she is bumpy. Okay, so we have a displaced threshold, so we need to land up yonder. I did study electronics as a major, so I bet. So we don't want to land where the arrows are. We want to land where the green lights are, ish. Last notch of flaps. We're going to reduce the throttle again. We're descending at about 60 knots. Less than that now. Going to reduce power. Start our rollout. Alright, we're down. How about that? How about them apples? Somebody has way too much bass in their car. So we're gonna get off here. Many thanks, Ben. Okay, so we're down here. We're going to get parked up. Shut the engine down. Many thanks, Viper. So that's off and buzzed. Thank you. Engine power off. That way it logs the flight even if it crashes the sim. So we're going to get this out. Get this out. Do that. Hide me. Hide that. Then we need to do this. Traffic. On. Fly and save. Go back. And resume. Here comes EL, followed closely by Badip. So remember, the displaced threshold is up here, so that's where you want to aim to land. Look at that. That's awesome. Something happened to Murph. He's in the trees. Oh, I saw a light. Poor Murph. Oh, no. Right on cue with the camera. Oh, the humanity. There's Allie, Samson Video, Dangerous Brian, Godin, Roger RC, Jay Winnickerson, Kingsman's in EL737. John Von Johnster's here. Godin, Papa Joe B's coming in. Roger RC. Britain DC, Sydney Mario, Commandant Muttley, Botups in Barranco. There's Captain Arash. Yeah, somebody. There's Aileron. Send Murphy a medic. There's Janet 67, Draco RPG, Druid Seuss. Nice. That's awesome, 737. So I want to try to get as many people as I can. There's Jill Corky. And you can see there's those are dunes off by the beach there. Yeah, it did. It's okay. I landed in the house. They're going to hold you up for the night. Just count zip. Okay, we want South Haven Regional, KLWA, as an overfly. Oh dear. And then here, arrive. Oh, come on now. How's their useful for short landing? Did this have catfish? I earned half a broken thunderfly wing tonight. The shame! There's Roger RC in. Sorry if I've missed naming off anybody. I'm just glad we caught Murphy going into the woods on camera. There's ailerons into the wind. Giving her a nice float. Nicely done. Here come the Thunderflies. We're going to get a nice camera angle for them because they're probably going to need all of the runway. And they're in. Nicely done, gents. Nicely done. We're gonna go see if we can't locate the Murph. Oh, there's War Hamster. Seems Murph has unwooded himself before we had a chance to go try and find him. So right into a neighborhood. That poor subdivision. He couldn't have gone for the track. So, this is a quick note. When we'd fly here for breakfast, we'd land and park somewhere down over here. We'd have to get outside the fence, and then in here is a nice restaurant, or at least was. So we'd have to walk, find a way to get to the road, walk down, and this is back pre 9/11, so it was a lot easier to do. And then go to breakfast, walk our way back to the airplane, take off, go home. We went for a fish dinner. Well, glad you flew along. Glad to have you along for the rest as well. We've got to go back to the menu and do the reloadage of the... or loadage of the last flight plan. So we're gonna do a couple of things while we're here. Off. Main menu. So one more leg to go. We're gonna fly south near the lake shore of Lake Michigan. Fly over, South Haven Regional Airport, which is a spot where there's not a good breakfast spot on the field, but if you can convince them to give you a rental car or maybe even an Uber or Lyft, you'd be able to get to. There's a restaurant nearby, driving distance at South Haven. It's worth going to. So, the last bit of my birthday stream. And we want to go from Park Township, KHLM, to Three Rivers Municipal. I want to start on not the runway. We'll do number 1. that. Do this. Light condition. So that's set it. I'm going to add another hour and a half to that. Getting it right about 10 o'clock. Well, we'll do that. Okay, so we do that. Murph got a sniff of tasty logs. Hopefully the homeowners association don't sue. I don't even know if it's an HOA. HOAs aren't very common up here that I've seen. And from everything that I've heard, I wouldn't want to mess with an HOA. They can, you know, jump off a cliff. HOAs do not sound like fun to deal with. And I would not want to be a part of one. Joe Corky's away. I will do my best to enjoy it. You enjoy yours. You get some rest. We'll catch you on Discord and in the next stream for certain. I'm very grateful for you coming along and having the laugh. Alright, so those are all this, that, and the other thing. Hit that button. Alright, and that button. Bam! We're back. Unmutage of the flight simage. Murph capped it for you. Well, I'm glad. It was absolutely epic. So, master switch beacon turns on. Mags to both. Mixture goes to rich. Okay, there we go. Lightly crack the throttle. Parking brake set. Clear prop. Alright, so... Ooh, that was weird. 2-8. Set our Unicom in. And we want our weather. Oh, so we want... Well, let's see. Is this up and loaded? Dang, it's not up and loaded. Sky Vector. Check our Sky Vector for something real fast. LWA. So that is AWAS is 118,025. Zero 2.5, so keep that in. Not gonna hear it from the ground, that's fine. Alright, so that's that. Alright, so brakes coming off. We're gonna make our way to... Oh, hello. I'm about to get blown away. I'm just gonna taxi through the grass because, you know what? It's grass. We've got two F-15s. Oh boy. We've got the big send-off going on. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Net lights. Ooh, bouncy, bouncy. Maybe we'll take the tarmac a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna... Oh, there's Biggles. I'm gonna back taxi right in front of the Thunderflies. Oh dear, I spawned on Murph. That's dangerous. Look at the Thunderflies. Isn't that awesome? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there's 8 or 9 of them. I lost count. Alright, so we're going to get to the end here. See what they're gonna do. Now remember, we can't land in a displaced threshold, but we can take off from it. So we're going to trim up a little bit. Stacks are in, we can go. Roger that. So up, up, and away. Slowly adding the power in, trying to keep her on the center line as best as possible. Sorry, Piper Arrow. And we're up. So guest appearance by my padre brought me birthday gifts. So I have some cherry cordials, which you probably can't see. There we go, cherry cordials, and a new bottle of Jameson Black Barrel. That is Colonel Chappie. So kind of off to the... Sorry for the mild distraction, but it's my dad, and it's never a bad time for my dad. I unmuted my mic. Yes, I did. Completely lost track of the fireflies. EL was not kidding when it came to the snacks are in. So now I've got some awesome cherry cordials, and I got another bottle of Jameson Black Barrel. And it's not a small bottle. It's 750 milliliters. It's a nice bottle. It's going to be a good one. Roger that, Jay Winokur. Many thanks. Glad to have you along for the trip. Oh, that kind of came out of literally left field, because left is that way. It's been a fantastic day, y'all. Many thanks for being here and sharing it with me. It's been absolutely fantastic, and I'm going to have a good night tonight. Oh, man. And this is the good stuff, too. I'll forward the message, Hammy. Murph might be in the helicopter. Nice. I don't even know where we're at altitude-wise. Oh, gosh. I need to reconnoiter aviate. So we're actually at our cruise altitude-ish. Drop that. Drop that. Just trimmed as needed. It's all thanks to you guys, you know, Brian and everyone else. I've been incredibly humbled over the last 7 or 8 months now, you know, getting involved with Two Tones channel, and you know, getting to know him, working with him, and doing the streaming stuff. And then the Fireflies have just been absolutely phenomenal, and y'all's generosity is just I don't know what to say. It's absolutely insane, and you're all very wonderful people. my world would be a lot different without y'all. And I'm very glad to be involved with the Firefly community and the greater flight sim community. It all means an awful lot to me. I know I get sappy sometimes, and I can get silly, I can get quiet and whatnot, but it really does mean a lot. I'm not someone that expresses my emotions very well, and I'm getting better at it. But I just want you all to know just how important you are to me and how much this means to me. It's changed my life for the better. I've had more laughs in the last 7 and 8 months than I have in a long time, and it's all thanks to you guys. I know I seem kind of aloof, and I can kind of come off as a bit of a meanie head on the Discord, and I'm sorry. Tone gets lost in text. I generally mean well, but thank you all. It all means the world to me, getting to know everyone, and we're all able to come together on the internet, and it's like we're at the pub, just having the fun. And thank you, genuinely, thank you all for coming along. It's been a phenomenal ride, and I can't wait to see what the next year has in store, because it's ups or downs in the real world. We'll always have each other, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be absolutely fantastic. 100% abnormal 34. Two-tone record 77 checked in the same B&B. Nice. 100% coffee house. 100%. I appreciate that, Kingsman. And you're right, Brian. We're just chilling out. We're having fun. I mean, I don't have the words, but I love you all. You're all great, and if I ever start acting like a knucklehead, don't be afraid to say something, because I probably don't realize it. I'm weird, but it's okay to be weird. I mean, look at Murph. Murph photoshopped his Tina Turner head onto a hot tub. So there's that. All right, you take care of Coffee House. You have a good one. We always stare at your head, Murph, because you wear the wigs and stuff, so we're always waiting to see, well, what's he going to put on his head this time? I appreciate that, guys. I really do. Now let's look at this. Let's stop me being silly and sappy, and let's look at the flight sim. I appreciate that, Kingsman. Well, the thing is, I can't let Murph think that we've forgotten about it. So we've got some great dunes out this way at Lake Michigan that just seems to go on and on forever. Lake Michigan, I think, is the second largest of the Great Lakes. The largest being Lake Superior. Lake Superior is both the largest in surface area and in depth. It's also the most treacherous. Look at him go. And a lot of good beaches on Lake Michigan. Except when you get close to the nuclear plant, it gets a little iffy, a little dodgy. Stay away from the fire, kids. I don't... Up north is Sleeping Bear Dunes, which are just huge dunes, and they're a lot of fun. Well, many thanks, Super Typhon. We appreciate that. Thanks for coming onto the stream and sharing it with me. A lot of boating, a lot of fishing, a lot of swimming. See, I'd open that bottle and have a drink on camera, but I've got another one that's already open in my fridge. Don't tell my dad. It is. There's a reason why there are 5 Great Lakes, and there's a very good reason why they're called the Great Lakes. They're the largest freshwater lakes, I believe, in the world. And there's 5 of them. There's, just remember houses, or excuse me, homes. Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Erie, Superior. Erie is the smallest and the shallowest, and you used to be able to light it on fire until they cleaned it up. And there's Ontario, Ontario, which is the only, Lake Ontario is the only lake that Michigan does not border. Lake Michigan, or Michigan, the state, borders all 4 of the 5 lakes, except for Ontario. So I think it's Superior's the largest and the deepest, then Michigan's the second largest, then Ontario, or excuse me, Huron, then Ontario, and Erie, as far as surface area. I think Michigan's also deeper than Huron, but I couldn't say that for certain right at the minute. We've got a chopper, we've got an extra, we've got warbirds, we've got F-15s, we've got MB-339s, we've got the whole kit and caboodle here, folks. Oh, pardon me. Capat and SR have a phone call going to let me. No worries, Capat. Just glad to have you along. Samu. Yes, Lake Gitchigumi, as the Chippewa named it. Chopper breaks just now, and I have the latest. I have 8.1, version 8.1 of the chopper, and it still does that, because I checked on that last night, and so I don't know what version's the latest version, but the latest version I have is 8.1. Simmons is going to be a biology major. One of the worst invasive species in Lake Michigan is the zebra mussel. They came to Lake Michigan from the ballast water of ships and are a problem due to them filtering out the water up to a liter per day to eat the plankton. Since zebra mussels eat plankton, they complete. Aha! So you want to talk about expensive places to live in Michigan? On the lakeshore is probably going to top the list. So off in that direction is Chicago. And on a clear day, and especially at night, you can actually see Chicago from the shore of Lake Michigan. And I'm going to have to put this, maybe I can at least open these guys. Yeah, Chicago is very, very, very far away from here. But because it's the lake, it'll, in the right light and the right weather conditions. If it's too humid, you won't be able to see it. But if it's fairly dry, and especially at sunset was when you really can see Chicago. At night, when it's clear and the weather's nice, you can see the lights. I don't want to break them. So these are amazing, amazing things that are apparently stuck. There we go. If you've never had a cherry cordial, these are amazing. It's chocolate covered cherry with cherry sauce, and it's amazing. I don't know where to put it, though. It's right there. Oh, they're so good. Yep. We have some cereal containing a bit of alcohol. Ooh, those sound even better. And these are pretty dang tasty. Many thanks, Simcom737. You appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Come the Thunderflies again. Nice. There's a lot of them. It's okay. They're different enough that I can keep track of them. See, now this is where I would like to have a house, on the top of a hill by the lake. Of course, I'd also want an airstrip so that I could still fly. You know, because reasons. You gotta be able to fly. So we're going to fly over Southwest Michigan Regional, or South Haven Regional, I should say. Kilo Lima Whiskey Alpha. We'll overfly it on our way back to Three Rivers. Was not expecting that. Triple distilled Irish whiskey. Charred for a rich, smooth taste. This is the good stuff. Aha! What are you doing down there? Murphy's being dangerous again. Touch and go on the highway, huh? Paying the landlord for the damaged house. See, I would do the touch and go challenge, but it would ruin Sim Toolkit Pro in the flight tracking. That is an identifier, but not for this flight. Oh, look at him go. Actually, I think that's an identifier for one of the airports on the Sunday series coming up soon. No, that's KEKO, not W. Hey, look, an American roundabout. Aha. Oh, orcish. I never knew thee. So, welcome to South Haven. Right here is a Meijer grocery store. Oh dear. It's a big supermarket chain, regional of Michigan. I helped open this store's grand opening when I was working in the meat department for Meijer, Meijer. It's Dutch. There's a Walmart across the highway. But yeah, so I help open up that store. Best beach down here to the right. There's some big dunes and hills down here to the right on the lake shore. Further down even further is a nuclear power plant. I think that's Palisades. I never played WoW in my day. Heroes of Might and Magic were top. We had parties. Nice. I never could get into WoW. I've never played it, but I just Halo is my jam. No, okay, last stop. Many thanks. Thanks for coming along, Noel. And thanks for the birthday wishes, if I can speak. Many thanks. I appreciate you coming along and glad you were able to. And we will catch you next time. We're also on the Discord. And we'll see you. Well, gosh, Jay Winokur, it's almost like you have. So there's the South Haven Regional Airport. It's actually a good-sized field with a grass strip. And there's usually I think there's a place right by the highway that's, maybe it's out this way. Or maybe I'm thinking of Watervliet. There's good eating somewhere around here. That might actually be up by the highway. I don't know. It is what it is. So, well, we got a BizJet down there. Yeah, so that's South Haven Regional Airport. As we make our way back down to our first place, or our first departure of the evening of Three Rivers. But we don't need to zoom in that much. There we go. If you think it looks good in the sim, Murph, wait until you visit. Because I'm telling you, the things we're going to be doing here is going to be nuts. You have a good night, Gordon. Glad you could come along. You take care of yourself, and we'll catch you. I've slowly stopped caring about what altitude we're at. We're kind of around the 2,500, 2,200, 2,050, 2,500 mark. It's been more about the sceneryage and the fact that I'm just grateful for all of you tagging along with me. It's been phenomenal. See the Thunderflies slowly approaching. I say slowly. It looks slow. But that's just because we're looking at them from head on. Oh, what a day. Cat-bats in VR, I can, yeah. It's funny, you see all these impressive sights all over the world, you know, through the eyes of flight sim. I guess not the eyes, but the through the perspective of flight sim anyway. But there's still nothing like flying around home. Look at him go. Getting one a little to the left. There's nothing quite like flying around home. It just isn't. Fly around, see the pyramids, the Rock of Gibraltar, you know, the Grand Canyon, Lincoln, Nebraska. But there's always home. You know, it's funny how a piece of software can really make you appreciate the surroundings around you and kind of make you think about how you kind of take advantage of things and travel until you can't do it. And you see amazing places that you've never been that are right basically in your backyard. It's funny. It's just funny how that works. So let's check on the A1. I don't think that's the right frequency. AWAS 119.97. Oh, that makes it easy. So we're landing on runway 27 when we get back to Three Rivers. The winds are out of the west, down that way. It's been an absolutely phenomenal day, and I have all of you to thank for it. I do greatly appreciate every single one of you for coming by and keeping me company, and it's been a phenomenal day. Thank you for making my birthday the best birthday that I've had in literal years. You know, the last 2 years my birthday's been overshadowed by unfortunate events outside of my control. And years before that, I just never really had a reason to celebrate. And thanks to you guys coming along with me on the stream, it's been great having a reason and some people to a reason to celebrate and people to celebrate it with. It's just phenomenal. I will be eternally grateful to all of you. we can do this again tomorrow. 100%. Kind of curious as to what kind of flight plan Murph is cooking up for tomorrow. It's anything goes Wednesday, or Wild Wednesday. Then again, with Murph streams, they're just all kind of different wild nowadays. Not saying it's a bad thing, but with Murph, you never know what's going to come next. You just got to watch out for him being quiet, because when he's quiet, something's going on. Dangerous Brian, you legend. Giving out 5 Tier 1 community subs to Wombat 49, Test Pilot 72, Godin 77, Desh, or Disa 1111, and Bombs Away. Many thanks, Brian, you legend. It's very generous of you. Generous and kind, my friend. It's been a heck of a day, and thank you all. Many thanks, Brian. I'm gonna have to collect myself after the stream. I gotta see who else is streaming so I know who to raid. Looks like 750 the spies on. Much appreciated, everybody. Merci beaucoup, Tejos. Brushing teeth and hearing my name shouted. Oh, someone dropped low. Is that a 172 or a 182? It's a Cessna. Now, if anybody has connections with somebody like Just Flight or, you know, any place that makes airplanes and they want to make a Cessna 175, hit me up. I would absolutely love that. That'd be the best birthday present ever of all time. Big league stuff. See, I would have thought that Waterblade was around here, maybe further west. Oh, we're really off course. Oh, we need to go to the right. So this, I believe, is I-94, or Interstate 94. Locals just call it I-94, yeah, because that's Pawpaw. Down there, which means Kalamazoo's off that way. And that means that's M40. Yeah, that's definitely Pawpaw. We gotta go a bit more south. Reincept the... oh dear. There we go. It's nothing quite like flying around home. Oh man, so sad my water's out. I'm thirsty. Turdy birds. Sitting on the corner of turdy turd and turd. And there's my hydration reminder, and I can't do it because I drank all my water. Which is a good thing. It's a good thing. You know, I'm doing my best to stay hydrated, but I can't hydrate. Haha! Mystic 24/7 with the Spartan emote. Yes, enjoy the emotes, everyone. All the new gift subs. Enjoy them. I gotta work on more. I don't know what to do with them though. No, I guess I don't know what to do with them is the right phrase. I don't know what emotes to add or what to do. You catch my drift. My brain is a complicated place that I have trouble figuring out sometimes. So we're coming to the end of the flight. Just absolutely, just a... yeah, I got lost in mine. I got lost once and I haven't found my way out yet. Some say that's a sign of an advanced brain, that you can get lost in your own thoughts. I don't know what to make of that, but I'm certainly not... If my mind's advanced, I don't know where it advanced to, but I want a refund. And it's just... Got an airfield off to our right there. MI-31. I can see it right there. Someone's checking it out. Nice 339. There's an arrow. Have you flown around Fort Myers, Florida? They have some pretty cool areas. A lot of ranch grass fields. Used to live out there out on Hopkins. I have not, but it sounds like a great idea. Told I'm a multi-potentialite. There's a nice TED Talk about it, and I kind of... There you go. KF1, roger that. I will do my best to remember that. If you're on the Discord, feel free to post that up there. I will sure give it a look. So Tuesdays are definitely my Anything Goes streams. Sundays are dedicated to my epic U.S. cross country in a 172, where we kind of go more by the book. We started using VATSIM with it, flying in real weather, and it's been phenomenal. We made it from Kalamazoo to Lincoln, Nebraska so far. I think we start getting into close to Wyoming on this coming Sunday. Thursday is our Chase the Cup series, as we follow the NASCAR Cup Series schedule and fly track to track. This week we're going from Bristol, Tennessee to Martinsville, Virginia. A paperclip. So it will be a bundle of fun. I like the idea of I like the Cup Series. It's been a lot of fun because it's been a way to, explore different areas on a regular basis and be fairly structured. And the cross-country trip has been a really nice continuous series so far, 2 parts in. And, we landed at Lincoln, Nebraska. I don't think Lincoln, Nebraska gets a whole lot of small traffic on Flight Sim, other than people from around there, or using something like On Air or whatever the other ones are. but Evans economy, that sort of thing. But it's been a nice way to explore the U.S. in a low and slow kind of fashion, and also kind of open the door for, kind of a broader spectrum of, hey, we can do things by the book still and still have fun. We showed on VATSIM that, I think a lot of people had the idea that VATSIM's just for the airliner pilots, when it isn't. It's open to GA pilots. I've talked to many, I say many, I've talked to a couple of different VATSIM controllers, and they love GA planes. They love folks flying GA. They just don't get a lot of them, especially at the bigger airports, which is fine. It is what it is. And last Sunday we had Murph and ailerons into the wind on VATSIM. Maybe maybe this Sunday we'll get more folks on, following along and get on that work. But it's just an absolute blast, learning stuff, and it's helping me remember stuff and how to do things at the same time as showing you guys what things are all about. You have a good night, Kingsman. Glad to have you along. It's been great having you. Many thanks for your generosity, and it's always good to see you on the stream, my friend. And we'll stay in touch with the Discords and stuff, and we'll see you tomorrow. EL737 Sundays I also dedicate to C172, but the real one. Every Sunday go to the near airport, look at one, and sometimes I know the feeling, EL. I know the feeling. So we're just about to Three Rivers. In fact, it's right there. So we're going to land on runway 27. So what we're going to do is we're going to enter the downwind, kind of fly south of it, enter the downwind at a 45, do our pattern in, make sure that the ATIS hasn't changed. Oh, we might land on 2-3. 99 Owl says good night. Glad you came along. Glad you were able to. Many thanks for the birthday wishes. Very glad you could make it. And we look forward to seeing you on the Discord and in the next stream. So you have a good night, and you take care. Viper Strike landed. Thank you for the wonderful tour of Michigan, and hopefully the rest of your birthdays stays awesome. It's looking good. Thanks for coming along. Glad to have you. So yeah, the wind's shifted, so we'll land on runway 23, same as we took off initially. As we see the Thunderflies doing their thing as we approach. Yeah. So we'll enter kind of on an not upwind, crosswind. Of course, we're not going to do all the radio calls and all that stuff because we're not on network. We don't need to. That's what the Sunday series is for. But it's a nice glimpse into pattern entry and such. So we're roughly at pattern altitude. We're about over the schools. You can see the end of runway 5. So we'll enter a downwind, do our base leg, and turn to final. Turn our downwind. So we want to have a heading of 050. For our downwind. Nice relaxing tune. For our final approach for the evening. We're a beam of the approach end. Start our descent. We're put on a notch of flaps. Look at him go. I'll start turning a base leg. And 320. Another notch of flaps in. Trim it out. Put the last notch of flaps out. We're going to turn on the final. I turned a little too early, but that's okay. Final full flaps, nice descent, power in, we're real slow, that's alright. Try to keep her on center line. Slow reduce to idle. And we're down. So we're less than 40 knots. Flaps are coming up. Clear the runway. Nav lights, strobe lights come off. We don't really need either of them at this point. Ooh, look at that shiny 172. Shiny, so shiny. So very shiny and white. I guess there is some white on there, but the metal is so shiny. So we'll park it over by the fuel pumps so that it's nice and ready for the next flight. Park it there. We're close enough for that, I'll be darned. So that's that. We'll do this and we'll get set up to watch the rest of the landings. There's that chopper. So we'll do that. Camera, increase speed, do that, do that, do that, do that. Uh-oh. go. Traffic. No, that's the wrong button. That one. So many buttons. There's Druid Inn. There's Aviation RC. So welcome back, everyone, to Three Rivers, Michigan. Ailerons is in already, as well as Von Johnster, Ben Vanal, Epic Fool in the helicopter. Aviation RC's landing. Thought I saw Druid Zeus land on 2-7. There's Dangerous Brian, followed closely by EL737. There's Papa Joe. Nicely done. Draco is in. There's Captain Arash zooming over. There's Druids coming in. There's the Thunderflies flying across. Thunderflies. We're all Fireflies here. There's Skydive Man. There's Bronco and Strike Eagle. Cap at 9 in the Savage Cub. Bottops in. 100% Allison. Rapka V. We are on the East USA server, although we're about to finish our stream and go raid some of our friends. This is Kilo Hotel Alpha India, Three Rivers Airport. There's Aviation RC, Captain Raj. Many thanks, Brian. Glad you enjoyed it. We'll be doing a raid here shortly as soon as everyone's down. Many thanks, Rapka. Many thanks, Murph. Always great having you along. Glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad everyone enjoyed it. Many thanks to everyone for their incredible generosity. As here come the Thunderflies. I better get in position because I don't want to lose. I don't want to miss their flyover. The Bonanza Harrier. But many thanks to everybody for coming along. It means an awful lot to me. The generosity that you've shown me is just immeasurable. Having you along, having the laugh, it's been fantastic. Many thanks, Allison. It's at this point in time, it can't go wrong. Nice circle to land, buddy. I got there. Nice. So we're just waiting on the Thunderflies for their last fly over, fly by, fly past, whatever you want to call it. And then we're going to call it a stream. We'll head over to 757 Spy, give him some love, and we'll go from there. Many thanks, Papa Joe. There's Epic Fools in. Aviation RC's landed again. And there's the Thunderflies. Many thanks, Goblin. So that all being said, many thanks for coming along. Thank you for the generosity, the new likes, the new follows, new subscribes, the gift subscriptions. It all means a lot, the bits. Many thanks to all of you for that and for just being in the chat. Because all the financial contributions, they're not necessary. I'm just happy to have you along. But it does mean a lot. So until next time, be good to each other. Stay safe out there. We'll catch you next time. Take care.